Hello and welcome to the Home of Halloween horror movie review podcast. My name's Scott and today I'm going to be reviewing the 2018 Halloween. This movie was selected by our Instagram followers, who are the best bunch ever. Give us a follow on Instagram at Home of Halloween, because every 2 weeks we will do a poll where you can have sway in what we watch, and what we inevitably review on this show. This is not a deep dive show. I'm not going to do play by play, scene by scene, introduce all the characters. And there's lots of podcasts that do that. And I listen to some podcasts that do that. And that's great. But that's not what I do. I'm not going to delve too deep. I'm not going to give you the ins and outs. I'm going to give you a brief overview. I'm going to let some little spoilers go. I'm going to give you some fun facts and a bit of information about the movie. But at the end of the day, I'm reviewing it to make you watch it. I want you to watch the movies that I review, whether they're good, whether they're bad. I want you to share the experience that I've had, and I'm going to start off by giving Halloween a score. Now, I watched this originally at its cinematic release. I went to the cinema and I watched this movie. Halloween 1978, in my mind, is one of the best horror movies. It's definitely in my top 10, if not my top 4. It is the perfect slasher. It done what other slashers tried to do and failed. John Carpenter created a masterpiece in Halloween. This Halloween is the best Halloween since the original. Had I reviewed this minutes after coming out of the cinema, I would have scored this a 10. Now, fast forward a couple of years since I saw it at the cinema. I watched it again last night. And it's the first movie I've really given a review to. I've reviewed a lot on Instagram where I've watched the film and I've given it a brief review, and I've not really delved into depth because I've not really had to explain what I'm seeing and what I've done. Watching it again, there was lots of little things that niggled me, more continuity errors and questions that were left that I didn't spot in the cinema because I was just enjoying the ride of Michael Myers being back and trying to kill Laurie, and it was a wild ride in the cinema. Watching it again, I didn't get that same enjoyment. So I can't give it the perfect score that I would have given it having seen it first time round. I'm going to score Halloween an 8. Now, that's not a bad score, and I know there's going to be a lot of people who are Halloween mad who will now be shouting or will just stop fucking listening to me. But I'm going to explain why I gave it that score. Now, I'll give you a brief overview of the movie, and as I go through, I'll explain why I got to that score, and I'll tell you the things that niggled me. And I'm hoping there's some bits that niggled me that maybe you didn't spot that can now niggle you, and it's something that I'm probably going to piss you off that I've pointed them out, but I'm going to point them out because they annoyed me. So, brief overview of the film. It's set 40 years to the day from the events of the original. Michael Myers is in a mental institute, and Laurie she's not really moved on with her life. She's built her house like a fortress. She drinks heavily. She's got a dysfunctional relationship with her daughter and her granddaughter and her son-in-law, and the family dynamic is a mess. So, to cut a long story short, Michael escapes. He returns to Haddonfield on the night of Halloween, 40 years to the day, to find and kill Laurie. And they touch on that in the film. They actually say So 40 years to the day, Michael Myers has escaped. He's back in Haddonfield on Halloween. And they really hammer that home that it's 40 years. I'm just thankful they didn't call it Halloween H40 because that would have been ridiculous. He comes back. Kill rate in this movie, I've got to commend the kill rate, is ridiculous. So I kind of lost count of the kills just over an hour into the movie. I know the last time I took a note was about 45 minutes in, and there was roughly a kill every 6 minutes, which not all of them were on camera, and not all of them confirmed as Michael kills, but you know they are. Just because I haven't seen Michael do it, if there's someone there with a snapped neck or a blade in their back, I'm saying that's Michael. So it moves on, and the movie picks up pace fairly quickly. There's some really strange scenes where you see, in one breath, you've got Laurie's being really strong and she's determined and she's not scared of Michael, and then in the next scene she's having a bit of a breakdown. I found the breakdown scenes a bit strange. They kind of didn't fit with how they portrayed Laurie. Was very much that she's angry, she's a bit of a drunk, she's out for blood. She wants to kill Michael if he ever gets out. And then they follow that with these weird kind of, almost like she has a bit of a mental snap. It didn't work for me personally, but I know I've spoken to other people about the movie today, and these were the bits they really loved about it. So it's horses for courses, and as I say, I want you to watch the movie and make your own mind up. So it crescendos with Michael getting out. The kill rate's ridiculous, and he makes his way to Laurie's house, and it all comes to a head at Laurie's house, where inevitably they trap Michael and set the house ablaze, and you assume that Michael has died, and that's the movie in a nutshell. Michael breaks out of mental institute. Michael massacres as many people as he can possibly get his hands on in some of the best, most inventive ways. And also, the thing I liked about this is they really went back to basics. Michael breaks out. Michael has no mask. Michael gets his mask back. Michael has no weapon. Michael can't find a knife. He uses a hammer. He uses a tire iron. Then he finds a knife. Then you kind of like 3/4 of the way through the movie, you get the complete Michael Myers. He's got a boiler suit off of a mechanic he's killed. He's managed to pick up a knife from someone's kitchen. He's got his mask back off of the people who are making a podcast about him, who managed to get into the asylum to interview him and show him they've got the mask. And 3/4 of the way through, you get solid 100% back to the original Michael fucking Myers, all tooled up as we remember him, and he's out for blood. And that I loved. I loved the mindless violence. I loved there's a couple of little twists in it with his psychiatrist that I thought was great. I love the fact that Laurie is not a victim anymore. In the original Halloween, Laurie is very much the little girl being chased by the big scary man. That is not the case in this. And this being a direct sequel to the original 1978, I thought was the best thing they could do. I'm a casual Halloween fan. I've watched all of the movies multiple times. Halloween 1, a masterpiece. Halloween 2, okay. Halloween 3, what the fuck? Season of the Witch, I know some people say this is the most underrated Halloween movie, and it didn't have Michael Myers. It had some weird robot thing going on. There was a evil corporation who wanted to kill loads of people. I just didn't fucking get it. I didn't get it. And then they tried to bring Jamie Lee Curtis back to revive it, and that didn't work. So then it got left alone, and then Rob Zombie come along. I personally liked what Rob Zombie done. I know a lot of other people didn't. Rob Zombie didn't want to do a third. And then it kind of got parked. And there was lots of talk about doing another one and rebooting the whole franchise. And there was talk of, there was even talk of doing like another standalone, like that pile of shit, the Season of the Witch, where they were on about doing a standalone movie that had nothing to do with Michael Myers and had nothing to do with anything else, and just call it Halloween. And that just wouldn't work. I mean, it's kind of... Season of the Witch, I think, is my biggest bugbear in the whole franchise. I think had they carried on and done 3 with Michael Myers, I think they might have been able to keep a bit of momentum. Season of the Witch, everybody went to the cinema to see that, going, oh, can't wait to see this. Michael Myers. Everyone sat down and everybody, including me, walked out of the cinema and what the fuck was that? And I think that's when Paramount pulled away. So this is the first movie that Paramount have pushed and publicised since Season of the Witch. And this is a great movie. It's not a 10, as I said, it's an 8, but I really enjoyed it, and I think you will as well. I'm going to go through the things that bugged me. So the things that bugged me are niggly little things. And for you, these probably won't even register on most people. But for me, they just piss me off. Little things that, like, someone in the editing room, someone in the cutting room, someone in the preview screening, somebody would have spotted this and gone, that's wrong, sort it out. So we start off with Michael Myers in the mental asylum. And there's 2 podcasters who go... They've managed to somehow get an interview with Michael Myers. So they take him into this big courtyard, and they've got around each prisoner, they've got a yellow square. And the prisoner's chained to a block inside the yellow square, which in principle is great. He's chained to the block, he can't get out of the square. My bugbear is that the block he's chained to, and all of the prisoners chained to, is not in the centre of the square. And in Michael's case, in Michael's square, the block is slightly down and to the right. And this podcaster goes and stands right on the yellow line. Michael could have quite easily reached him and killed him. And I know it's really fucking picky, but it really annoyed me. Because I'm looking at it going, kill him, Michael. Kill him. Just break his neck. Kill him now. Kill him now. And he didn't. And I don't know if I'm more pissed off that Michael could reach him and didn't, or the fact that it just wasn't spotted and they didn't pick it up. And then we move on from there, and there's other little bugbears, like this podcaster's got Michael's mask. It was given to him, I think in the story they say it was given in to him by the Attorney General to look after. It was lent to him. So this is a latex mask that has been sat in a storage locker for 40 years. This is almost pristine. 40 years of being in storage, a latex mask would have fallen apart. Again, I know it's fucking silly, but it annoyed me. And it didn't stop there. The little things that bugged me. There's a kill towards the end where Michael kills someone outside of Laurie's house. And then, I don't know, 3 minutes later, this body is in the house, in the 3rd floor, in a wardrobe. It's like, why the fuck would Michael go to the effort of picking this body up and taking it upstairs on the off chance that someone might see it? It just annoyed me. Good things about this movie are endless. Some of the kills are brutal. The kills are great. The family dynamic, I kind of quite like. I like the fact that she's kind of this... Jamie Lee Curtis I think everyone would like Jamie Lee Curtis as a grandparent. She is fucking awesome. And in this movie, she's, as I said, she's not the victim. She's fully tooled up, and she's out to kill Michael. There's a bit in the movie where she wounds him and he flees, which I've never seen Michael do that in any movie ever. It's worth a watch. It's 100% worth a watch. Some pointless facts in this movie. This movie is riddled. I mean, riddled. Every fucking scene is riddled with nods back to the original movies. If you love the Halloween franchise and you're a die-hard fan, you will be spotting a nod back to the original every 10 minutes. Guaranteed. If you're a casual fan like me of the Halloween franchise, you will still spot them all the time. There's countless times that they film washing on a line, sheets flapping in the wind, and it's a nod back to the original. There's the looking and spotting people through windows, which is nods back to the original. They've got trick-or-treaters that are wearing the masks from the season of the witch. That's a nod back to that. You've got there's a gas station in it, which is near on damn it a replica of the gas station from Halloween 4. It is literally every second they're nodding back to the old ones. There's even some nods in there to the Rob Zombie films. And I thought that was a really classy, really nice little touch. And I really, really liked that. Some pointless facts for this movie, and there are lots. So if you do decide to watch this movie and you see how aggressive and strong and powerful and fast that Michael Myers is, he would be 61 in the script now. For 61, he is fucking hard as nails, man. There's a bit he gets like a part of his hand blown off, and 2 minutes later he's ripping like I don't know what you call them, the islands you get in a kitchen, the things that sit in the middle, like a worktop that's in the middle of the room that's not used for anything apart from standing around and drinking. One of those, he rips that out of the floor with missing fingers. But he'd be 61 years old. You've got, in this, Jamie Lee Curtis reprises her role. I'm a huge Jamie Lee Curtis fan. When I was in my teens, I had a massive crush on Jamie Lee Curtis, and I don't think that's gone. I still look at her and go, yeah, nice. She's a lot older than me, but hey. But she returns to this film, and I think the best fact of this whole movie is her involvement. So this movie is Jamie Lee Curtis's 5th movie. When she does Halloween Kills later this year, that'll be movie number 6. And she will have appeared in 6 Halloween movies over 6 decades. Now, I mentioned this on my Instagram the other day, and I had someone who pulled me up on this, saying that it's only 42 or 43 years or whatever he said, and he kind of missed what I was getting at. So the first film that Jamie Lee Curtis was in was Halloween in 1978. So that's the 70s. Then Halloween 2 in 81. Halloween H2O, I think, was 97, 98, 99. Resurrection was the early 2000s. This movie is 2018, and Kills is 2021. So that's 6 decades that she's been doing the Halloween franchise. 6 movies, 6 decades, which I don't think there's any other actor or actress who can say that about a franchise. The movie cost $12 million to make, which again is not a huge budget. For what they produced, it's phenomenal. And it grossed 255 million worldwide. That's not including any of the DVD sales and bits that are coming along as we go on. My final thought for this movie: watch it. 100% watch this movie. If you like Halloween movies, this is a movie for you. If you're a casual fan and you like horror movies, this is still it's part of movie history. And whether people like it or not, that this movie will go down as probably the best remake. It's a sequel, but let's be honest, it's more like a remake. They've remade many other films before, so we've seen a remake of Friday the 13th, which they kind of didn't do anything new. They didn't try and take it anywhere. It was just literally a carbon copy of the original movie, and it had done nothing. Then they'd done a remake of Nightmare on Elm Street in 2010, which was diabolical. Possibly the worst remake of any movie franchise I've ever seen. But I tell you what, maybe I'll put that up and you can review that. I'll put that up on the poll. In fact, I tell you what, next one of the movies I'm going to put up there is yeah, let's do it. So the next two movies that we're going to put up, we're going to put up some bad movies that I will say I really dislike. So we're definitely going to put Nightmare on Elm Street, the 2010, because I hated that movie. It was missing Robert Englund. It was missing so much. So that's one of the ones that's going to go up. And I tell you what, if you get over, follow us on Instagram at Home of Halloween. Send me some DMs of some other movies you want to be in the poll to vote for the next time. I'm going to wrap this up and say thank you very much for listening to the debut podcast. As we move along, I am going to change things up. We're going to have some guests. We're going to do some deeper dives. We're going to look at some newer movies. We're going to look at some older movies. We're going to let you always choose what we review. That's what's going to set us apart from everybody else. You tell us what you want us to watch, whether it's good, bad. We'll watch it. I'll find a way to find it. I can find obscure. I will watch it. I will review it. I will let you know what we think. Thank you very much for tuning into the first podcast. Feel free to leave us a review, preferably a good review. If you didn't like it, I'm guessing you're probably not hearing this bit now and you stopped listening to us 20 minutes ago. If you've listened all the way through and you didn't like it, don't leave a negative review. Just chalk it up to you wasted 20 minutes of your life and you decided it was shit. If you enjoyed it, leave a positive review. Give us a follow over on Instagram. And thank you very much. Goodbye.